I think AI is going to be an absolutely transformative technology, more so than any technology in human history, and I want to make sure that anybody can make use of it. I don't want to live in a world where this incredibly critical part of the problem is only accessible to a very small handful of people. So that's our mission at Datology. We want to take this entire process of how do you take a large unstructured data set and identify what is the highest quality data to train your model on, how do we make that easy for everybody? So that's our mission. That's what we're trying to achieve here. And this it can have massive impacts on the performance of the model and the cost effectiveness of both training and deploying these models. If you think about the process of teaching one of these models, ultimately what determines the cost of training the model is going to be how much performance you get for each individual data point you train on. So if we can make that much, much higher quality, then what we do is we make the model learn much faster. And that means that now you can reach the same performance in a much smaller compute budget. So we can cut the cost to train a model by as much as 90% plus. And that's where we are today. This is the worst we will ever be at this. We are getting much better with every passing month. And research is a core part of our company to make sure that we can continue to push those down. So the first thing is that you can massively reduce the cost of training one of these models, which I think will fundamentally change the cost-benefit analysis for many enterprises of whether or not it makes sense for them to do this for themselves. Second, you can get much better performance. If you can get a lot more per data point, then in the same amount of data, you can get a much more performant model, and that's going to be critical for reaching the reliability we need to. And finally, you can train much smaller models, which means that they're much cheaper to deploy when you go and deploy them to many, many users.